What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Z Got Keys, back at it again with another YouTube video. Today we're going to teach you how to hire VAs. So you're a wholesaler, beginning wholesaler, and you got your first deal, and now you want to scale. You don't want to make calls anymore, because who's got the time to make calls when you could be closing deals? The most effective way to scale your company, especially at the start, is to hire virtual assistants. So as soon as I got my first deal, what I did is I went out and hired my first virtual assistant. Number one is to source your virtual assistant. How do you source virtual assistants? There's a number of ways you can do this. So number one is go to Facebook groups. You're going to join all sorts of real estate groups. Chances are the real estate groups that you're already in has VAs there daily, messaging people every single day under people's posts, asking for jobs. Guys, they're out there. You cannot miss them. So Facebook groups is a great way. Onlinejobs.ph if you're looking for Filipinos. Onlinejob.ph is a great way to find Filipinos. And Upwork is another way where I can find VAs from all over the world. I like to stick with Filipinos. There's a lot of different, ethnicities and groups that you can hire. Jamaicans are really good, Egyptians, even Indians. But what you want to look for is their work ethic and their accent. You want somebody that is able to understand the American culture and communicate with them effectively. And then not only that, it doesn't matter if they can communicate with us. If they don't work, then it doesn't even matter, which is why I like Filipinos, because they're workhorses. These people will be on the phone every single day. They're reliable, and they will work their asses off for 8 hours, even sometimes 12 hours a day, making calls for you. So that's why I really like them. Their culture is amazing. So once you source your VAs, right? Say you gather 20 to 50, I'd say that's a good range, 20 to 50 applicants, right? People that are looking for jobs. What you want to do is you want to funnel those candidates, okay? So you're going to funnel them, and you're going to really test these guys, because you want to make sure, you want to see what they're made of, and you want to make sure that these people are motivated to work, okay? So what I like to do is I like to have these people send me a video. It could be 30 seconds to a minute long video about them, themselves, what they like to do, and why they would be a good fit for whatever role that they're going to be working with the company. So when I send that email out to them, I'm going to put specific directions on how they are going to make that video and how are they going to get that video to me and my hiring manager. I can say something specific like, make sure your subject title has such and such words in it. Make sure that you send that video or upload it to a Google Drive or a Dropbox and send me the link. Something specific that they actually have to pay attention to direction, because if you just have them do whatever, then again, they're going to do whatever. It has to be specific, so that way if they can actually pay attention to direction, which will tell you what kind of a worker they are and if they're pay attention to detail or not. So once I get these people, maybe 50, maybe 10 out of the 50 people that applied are going to actually send you the video. So now you're narrowing that funnel down. So now you have 10 out of 50 people that you're actually looking as a serious candidate. So next, what I do is I'll go ahead and schedule interviews, whether it be a Zoom, Google Meet, whatever. Schedule your interview, have a discussion with them. What I hire for most is attitude. Attitude is key. Because skill you can teach, but attitude you can't teach that. If somebody has a really bad attitude or a really bad ego, that's going to show up when things go south in your business. And guys, business is an up and down, it's a wave. Business doesn't always just go up, it's a wave. And you got to have people with good attitudes that are going to be able to ride that wave. So that way you can keep your culture afloat, and you can inspire and empower them and motivate them to get past the bad times and into the good. So attitude is key. And when you're talking with them, you want to see what their core ethics are. So when I first started hiring, I actually was telling everybody about the company before I even asked them a question. You want to refrain from that. You want to make sure you ask them about their core ethics before you tell them what your company core ethics are. Because if you just tell them everything about your company and what you're looking for as an employer, that person is going to just match whatever it is that you're telling them. And you don't want that. They can easily mask that if you're telling them what you're looking for. So instead of telling them what you're looking for, ask them about themselves, have them tell you, and then you come in and tell them, as the hiring manager, what it is that you're looking for, what your core values and your core ethics and what attitude that you're looking for. And you'll be able to tell, like, whenever they're answering the questions, you'll sniff them out pretty easily. You look at their body language, especially whenever you get to a working interview, which is the next step in the process. Whenever you start critiquing people, you'll be able to see their attitude and how they handle critique. So that leads me on to my fourth step, which is a working interview. I always do a working interview because I want to see how people work, how they can handle, specific conflicts in a job, whether it be sales, how they can handle rejection, how they can handle objections, all these sorts of things I'm looking for. So what I do is I actually pay them. If I like this person, maybe it's 3 out of the 10 people that I interviewed, I'm impressed with three of them, right? So I'm going to bring them on to a separate day where if they're a cold caller, I'm going to give them a task, okay? And I'm not going to do a Zoom meeting before then. I'm going to send them a video or a SOP, and I'm going to email it to them, and I'm going to tell them to go and do the work. So that is going to tell me if they have the ability to read, follow directions. Again, same thing with the initial video. It's going to tell me whether they can follow directions and perform the task, the job, as I outlined in the video. This is going to help you a lot in training, because somebody that is able to be coachable and read what is given to them and perform the way that you have set out for them to perform, that's less management that you have to do on your end. So if it's a cold caller, I'll have them make calls to a list of 100 people, whatever it is. And during that time, I'll evaluate how they input the data inside my system, how they talk to people, whatever it is. And I'll just take the one that impresses me the most, and they're hired. So it's pretty simple, and I'll pay each and every single person that I did the working interview according to whatever the hourly rate that I'm paying for, and I'll pay them for the day, and I'll say thank you for your time, and we'll review the work that you have done, and we'll get back to you. And I'd pick the one that I like work the best, and then they're hired and they move forward. And this has worked for me throughout the 4 years that I've been doing this. Guys, I still have my original VA, my first VA that I ever hired. I still have him working for me to this day. My second longest term VA has been with me for 3.5 years. So, I mean, it's a really effective method. And keep in mind, guys, this is for VAs, but you can do this for anybody. And I'm talking even in-house folks. I actually use this method, how I hire my VAs, also for my in-house salespeople. In the same way, there's a little differences. Maybe it's an in-person interview, an in-person working interview, and maybe a little bit more interviews that go on. But you can use that same outline to actually hire anybody. Guys, you really want to test your people before you bring them on, because when you test people, that's when they reveal their true character. That's when they reveal who they are, what kind of working person they are, how ethical they are. So test these people before you hire them, and make sure that they fit your culture. Make sure they have a good attitude, and that's very key, because you can teach skill, but attitude you can't really teach. And when things get bad, you got a person with bad attitude, shit's gonna get worse. So keep that in mind. I hope that helped. If you guys need any help, I also have VAs that we send people. If you need to source VAs, I have people that are looking for jobs that I can send you, and you can use the exact same methods that I just taught you to see if they're a good fit for you. So just hit me, and I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.